Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another edition of Black Bears Hockey, part of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. We want to thank you for being a part of tonight's broadcast. I apologize that we are a little tardy to the party on the pregame show. We were working through a little bit of a kink in the system right before we got on the air tonight that we were not expecting, but everything is up and running as it should be right now. There's a lot of snow on the ground outside, but the ice is clean and fresh on the inside. It is Stop DWI night, presented by our friends over at the New York State Stop DUI organization. We have police officers tabling around the concourse, giving away some prizes and raising awareness for their cause and the dangers of driving while impaired. We want to thank them for being a part of tonight's action as well. No secret tonight that with a lot of snow on the ground, expected 4 to 9 inches within the Binghamton area, that some people have stayed at home and are tuning into the broadcast for maybe their first time this season. So if so, we welcome you, and we hope that you enjoy tonight's presentation between the Motor City Rockers and the Binghamton Black Bears.
Brooks had a season ticket holder call us from a ditch on the side of the road saying that he couldn't make it and was just wondering if he could switch out his ticket. Of course, for that sort of situation, we obliged, and we wanted to give him a shout out on the broadcast. You know what? It was a very calm for a very tough situation. It's shockingly calm, Brooks.
Well, that was the voice of Alex Jones doing the color commentary tonight. Super producer Peter is running the ones and twos, and Josh and his video team are downstairs and throughout the arena as always. So we're having a little bit of a different pregame show here tonight, as we do have a presentation coming up in just a little bit. So we're going to hold off on the Tully's Coach's Corner interview. We might run that instead of going to commercial during that first media timeout tonight instead. Good thing about not being on the radio and just being on YouTube is we can take a commercial whenever we want to. Don't have a set break time, and we can stay talking as long as we want to, or we can run commercials all night long, but that would not be as fun. While we have the opportunity now before the team comes out, let's talk about tonight's Court Jester Athletic Club injuries and scratches. We'll start with the Motor City Rockers. Danny Vanderweel has been on the IR since December 12th, dealing with that upper body concern after receiving that hit from Daniel Amesbury in a contest earlier this season against the Hat Tricks. Healthy extra tonight, number 16 defenseman Mike Wynn for the Rockers club. Trevor Babin, the star goaltender of this team, serving game 2 of 3 in a suspension right now. For the Black Bears on the other side, Dan Weber on the IR. He comes off tomorrow, so that's exciting news. He has been at practice this week, waiting to come off, just erring on the side of caution, and recently placed on the IR the third goalie, Nolan Egbert, as well. So for Binghamton, no scratches tonight, but a couple guys on the IR. Healthy extra for Motor City, Mike Wynn on the defensive blue line. So that is tonight's Court Jester Athletic Club injuries and scratches. It's time to throw it downstairs to PA announcer Frank Perney and the ANC starting lineups for tonight's contest as we welcome the Black Bears to the ice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the ANC Heating and Air Conditioning starting lineup for your Binghamton Black Bears. At forward, number 12, Gavin Yates. At forward, number 17, Tyson Kirkney. At forward, number 26, Connor Smith. On defense, number 13, Donald Olivieri. And making his return to the arena on defense, number 44, Jake Schultz.
Thank you, Frank. We'll throw it back down to him momentarily. Tonight's starters at ANC, American Standard Heating and Cooling. Kirkby in the middle, flanked by Yates and Smith. And on the blue line, Don Oliveri, and the return of Jake Schultz from his loan with the Worcester Railers in the ECHL, the Islanders AA affiliate. So, a couple of familiar faces back on the blue line. And before we get to Alex's point real quick, here for Motor City on the other side on defense is Jamison Milam, paired up with Tristan Wells. The forwards, Roman Gaudet, TJ Delaney, and Jonathan Giuliano as well. Their starting goaltender, Ricardo, also known as Ricky, and I'll probably say Ricky throughout the rest of the night, Gonzalez from Davison, Michigan, starting back-to-back games here. He was the winner last night in the game against Watertown. We have a very special honoring moment here tonight, so we will throw it back down to Frank Perney before tonight's national anthem.
We would like to take a moment of silence for Alfonso Monaco, who was the head usher at Division's Veterans Memorial Arena for over 28 years. Al passed away on December 29th, 2023. He will be deeply missed. Thank you. The Black Bears will be wearing special AM stickers on their helmets for the remainder of the season in honor and remembrance of Al Monaco. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able and remove your caps and join me in singing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Frank Perney.
So that was Frank Perney, public address announcer, singing the national anthem from the penalty box. Something that you don't see every day, but Alex, I thought he did an amazing job.
I did as well. We were supposed to have Maine Endwell's select chorus out tonight. Unfortunately, because of the snow, they just could not make it, but they're going to be coming back for the last home game of the season in April 13th.
And now time for the Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup. You just saw it on your screen while Alex was finishing his point. Ricky Gonzalez facing off with Connor McAnanama. Gonzalez's numbers on the year, 5-3-0 with a 326 goals against average and a 915 save percentage. Connor McAnanama 6-0-3 with a 226 goals against average and a save percentage of 925. And there it is back on your screen. Number 30 dressed in white with black pads for Motor City is Gonzalez, in black jersey with blue pads is McAnanama for the hometown Black Bears. Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company, always elevating your expectations. Looks like we are ready to drop the puck here tonight. It's a matchup between first and second place in the Empire Division. Been the two best teams all year long, and we are officially underway with the Black Bears winning the opening faceoff. Almost a little bit of a miscue right off the rip. Jake Schultz gets his first touch of the puck back in a Binghamton jersey. And Alex, top two teams expect a tight matchup here tonight. Black Bears only playing one game this weekend. It's occurring tonight Motor City winners in overtime after coming from behind in the third period last night. TJ Delaney, though, partial breakaway, gets past Schultz. Oliveri, penalty is coming up, and we're going to see the league's best power play here in a second as a shot from Sneath is hammered away by McAnanama. Binghamton has not touched the puck yet, and Kirkby will just kick that back out into the neutral zone. We have the game's first penalty and an opportunity to see some of the best special teams in the league on display coming up.
Yeah, Declan Conway with a really good rush there, a guy who had a 4-point night on New Year's Eve for the Motor City Rockers. Gets a breakaway, and Connor Smith just gets his stick up inside of him for the penalty as we head to the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill.
So the face-off is won by the Black Bears. Kirby with a nifty little play to get, that was Austin Fletcher. Austin Thompson, Josh Fletcher, got to lock it in here. I apologize that streaming issues to begin tonight's broadcast with the abbreviated pregame show kind of threw me in a little bit of a rut, but we're back to the action. Black Bears, looks like they wanted a call, none provided. Coming back the other way, Motor City right on in. Declan Conway fires a wrister that's blocked away by McAnanama. Milam trying to center up for the man in front of the net. That is Sneath. Conway holding, looking for a tip. He got one, but poked wide of the Black Bears net and cleaned up on the way through. Thompson
and
checking his mouth.
Visually from here, you can see Thompson stripping a little bit of blood. Brooks, I think if we're going to get to see that one on the Heinz Energy replay, that's probably going to be a high stick there.
Svenstoff with a nice little pass over, and Motor City on the board, 1-for-1 on the power play. It's Josh Colton, the defenseman, joining the rush from California, and Motor City up 1-0. First minute and 41 seconds, not been too pretty for the Black Bears.
No, and you can tell the Black Bears, Tyson Kirkby talking to the official right now, making his point that probably should have been a high stick on Austin. However, you can't give one of the most deadly power plays in the league, right now the deadliest, that much space during a power play.
So Josh Colton picks up the power play goal. He now has 6 goals on the season, and that is his 4th power play tally.
And right there, Brooks, as we see on the Heinz Energy replay, just caught him, Austin Thompson, right on the bridge in the nose.
So we'll see how the Black Bears respond. Motor City came into the night with the league's best power play at 34.5%. 5 percentage points better than the second place team, which is the Binghamton Black Bears. So Jesse Anderson, his first touch of the puck, plays it over to Thomas Ray. He's taken down, but gets a shot off from his legs that was blocked by a Motor City defender. Walters trying to slap it down low for Logar. He goes 1-on-2, but that puck will elude his stick. Back out to the blue line. Quick re-entry for Jesse Anderson in this second line tonight. Logar holding, waiting for some reinforcements. Oliveri comes back, fakes the slap shot, comes in, and Gonzalez with his first save of the night.
And you can tell, you see teams in the league, you can see their strategies in player acquisition. This Motor City team is a big team. They have a lot of big defensemen, a lot of tall, long forwards. You can see that is a very clear part of their team composition.
Sneath loses the face-off. Ivashkin coming around, and he scores to tie the game up. Nikita Ivashkin got a little bit of a break with the defender falling down and takes the opportunity with the separation to tie this game up at 1. Ivashkin's 15th goal of the season.
And unfortunately for Sneath, that one's going to be completely on him. He just gets back on his feet a little bit, just not enough where he can get that forward push on his skates. Loses his bounce. Nikita Ivashkin quickly takes advantage of that and scores a very similar goal to what was scored on the Black Bears on the power play.
So Ivashkin goes far side right underneath the bar, and we are tied right back up at 1. Binghamton's offsides as Austin Thompson had floated into the offensive zone a little bit early.
You can tell, Brooks, that it's probably been a little bit since Schultz has played defense. Up in Worcester, he was playing a lot of forward, left wing, I believe, specifically. You can see as the play starts to compress, his natural inclination is to get deeper in the zone. Twice so far, he's kind of had to stop himself, like, wait, no, I'm back on defense.
Face-off one back by the Black Bears, and Schultz fires a slap shot that was blocked partially by Wells and almost misplayed by Gonzalez, but He gets the trapping mitt on top of it, and this will move into the offensive faceoff dot. So people will notice the lines look a lot differently tonight with the forward group. This is the third line tonight. Josh Fletcher in the middle with Ivashkin and Thompson on the wings. And obviously Oliveri paired up with Schultz. We saw those two play with each other together last year, and Oliveri has his shot blocked. Cade Lambden trying to center up on a 2-on-1. It's nullified by Jake Schultz, and the Black Bears escape harm. Thompson, chip and charge, but he's a one-man wrecking crew right now, matched up against number 42, George Holt, recently signed by this Motor City club.
Go ahead. Brooks, this line is a very interesting line. I like a lot. You got your pure scorer in Ivashkin, Fletcher, who brings a little bit of that grit, a little sandpaper, and then Thompson, who's a good distributor and a good scorer. That could be one of the game-changer lines for the Black Bears today.
Yates takes it away from Holt and plays it back up for Bond at the line. His shot blocked. A couple of rockers swinging over to Bond, and they get tied up in the neutral zone. Yates holding cross ice over to Smith a little bit behind the Cowboy, so he circles back. Takes a funny bounce off a defender's stick down low inside the trapezoid. Kirkby tries to center up. Gonzalez, sensing the pressure, just melts down. And here hang on and live to fight another day for his defense. Shots now even at 3, and even, just like we are on the big board, up at 1.
It seems, Brooks, what I've seen early from the Rockers' defensive strategy, they're really trying to keep the pressure behind the net and then start that breakout play. If the Black Bears can start getting the puck to the blue line, I like their chances to score because there has not been a lot of forward pressure that high up.
First period of tonight's game always brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction over in Vestal. If it's billiards related, you can find it over at Dragon Billiards. Visit them online anytime at dragonbilliardsinstruction.com. Black Bears get a takeaway, and Yates tries to backhand it down low, a little bit too soft for Kirkby to corral, and that'll allow Motor City to clear. And Alex, I'm starting to see what you mean. Anytime the Black Bears are near that offensive blue line, you're seeing not one, but 2 rockers go ahead and try to take that away and use the odd man opportunity. McAnanama coming out of his crease to stick handle a little bit as Dan Stone chips that over, and Sneath trying to get it deep. Yates will interrupt that opportunity. And seeing the chemistry between Stone and Bond, those two always talking with each other. This puck is knocked back out into the neutral zone. Nifty little self-pass by Smith. 2-on-1. Saucered up to Yates. Yates holding back over to Smith. Too far behind Connor. And Motor City comes back the other way. Binghamton were looking for the tip-in goal on the back post for their first lead of the night. It's a turnover now, and Motor City coming back the other way with the puck. Oganezov, the former Black Bear, fires a wrister that's steered aside by McAnanama into the corner.
Yeah, you think McAnanama thought Liam Anderson was staying tight to the back of the goal there as he swallows this one up and freezes it down. That's just a little bit of a mistake where, you know what, maybe that's that you're used to playing those 2-game weekends and that extra day off, you're just a little bit rusty.
All right, find out what happens after this. We actually are going to go to a short timeout. We'll be right back. It's 1-1 here in Binghamton between Motor City and the Black Bears.
Fans, the Black Bears are back in town on Friday, January 19th and Saturday the 20th for a weekend showdown against the Danbury Hat Trains. Don't wait. Get your tickets ahead of time by visiting BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Look back to the beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back, everybody. Black Bears YouTube page. And let's take a look at this close goal from Gavin Yates and Connor Smith. A 2-on-1. Beautiful pass from Smith over to Yates, and just a little bit behind Smith on the return feed. That puck will be slapped and pawed down by Oganezov. This is a hand pass if Motor City touches it, and the referees are going to intervene instead. And A little bit boring, as nobody wanted to touch the puck there, but this will now come out into the neutral zone for another face-off.
Well, it's one of those, strategy chess matches. Motor City can't touch it up. Binghamton doesn't want to touch it up because then play will continue. So you know what? Move out to the neutral zone, and it looks like a false start on Binghamton.
So
I think that's the first one for Bryce Farrell, right, Brooks?
Yep, Bryce Farrell, a new signee early this morning for the Black Bears. He's wearing number 11. Spent some time the last 2 seasons in the SPHL with the Huntsville Havoc and Fayetteville Marksmen. This play is offsides for Binghamton on the delayed call. They have to touch back up, and now they will be cleared. So Farrell wearing 11 in black, the extra forward tonight for Binghamton's club, as this puck is stolen away by Logar. Him and Oganezov were not teammates with each other, even though they both donned the Black Bears jersey. Oganezov, in fact, has spent a couple of games earlier this year with the Blue Ridge Bobcats after starting the season with the Rockers. So back where he began the year, as this puck is wrapped in, Walters plays it around for Farrell, gets direction from Jesse Anderson and saucers it up to Andrew Logar. Logar trying to get around Wells, but Wells, using that big frame, does a good job of separating Logar from the puck, and a clean exit out of the zone as Cade Landon comes back the other way from Motor City. Wraps it around the kick plate, Jake Schultz, saucering it over to Nikita Ivashkin, gets past Wells, 1-on-2 for Ivashkin. He holds, dancing in through the middle, and Gonzalez will just nullify it outside the crease and hold for a whistle.
One thing I've noticed about Ricky Gonzalez tonight, Brooks, is he seems like he's having a hard time trapping that puck on his initial attempt. That's the second or third time he has let a rebound pop right out in front of that blue crease. If a Black Bear was standing there, there could have been 2 or 3 goals by this point. Those are some juicy rebounds that you're going to have to watch going forward.
So once we zoom out of this face-off here, you might notice that there's somebody from Motor City without a nameplate. That's number 91, Cole Theron. There's a shot is wide of McAnanamaw's net, so for everybody keeping stats at home, 91 in white is Cole Thiernan from Centerville, Massachusetts. Ivashkin trying to go through the middle of the ice, has the puck knocked off of his stick, but this play is on sides for the Black Bears temporarily. Jonathan Giuliano from behind his own red line puts a shot on goal that McAnanamaw has to direct out of harm's way. D-to-D passing as Oliveri's going to join this rush. Fake the slap shot, hold, and maybe Gonzalez got a piece of that with the top of his glove. Fletcher covering for Oliveri. Hits it over to Ivashkin, a quick re-entry for the Black Bears. And knocked away into the corner by another Delaney. That's Tim Delaney. So 2 Delaney brothers out there on the ice. Ivashkin looking for his second of the night. Kicked out with a purpose by Gonzalez and back the other way. Conway and Sneath. Down low, Conway sends Stone down to the ice, and Stone has lost his twig. He will recover as Tyson Kirkby senses the problem, passes it in front of his own net. Always dangerous, but it works out this time for the Black Bears. Stone gains the red line, cross-corner dump in. Yates hammers a slap shot, looking for a rebound for Kirkby in front of the net, but it's cleaned up by Motor City. Sneath dropping it back for Svinstov. Sneath back in, ice cut in half. McAnanamaw pushing off the post. Might have gotten his stick on that one to nullify that scoring opportunity. Svinstov behind the net, and between the legs, Sneath has his shot blocked by the Black Bears defense. Oh, a fast-paced game here. Teams trading chances in period number 1. Smith gets it back over to Bond. Don't think that was his initial target, but it works out. Yates backhands it in down low for Kirkby. Binghamton trying to get set up in the offensive zone here. Outside the dots, Yates cutting and holding. He draws a crowd every time he starts skating with the puck. Kirkby brushed off. And now Motor City takes control of the loose puck. Oganezov doing a good job there against his former teammate Tyson Kirkby. Oganezov cross-corner dump in while Motor City is changing. Gotta be careful touching that puck in front of your bench anytime that you're changing players. Don't want to give the referees any reason to intervene and blow the whistle. Black Bears took 2 too many men penalties last weekend in the same game against the Danbury Hat Tricks. Walters holds, high rising wrist shot, blockered away by Gonzalez.
I thought that one was in the back of the net, Brooks. That was just a beautiful shot from Walters.
That would have been Walters' second of the year. Only 4 points for the assistant captain for the Black Bears, and Liam Anderson now skates in. So both defensemen joining the rush this shift here in this third pairing. Ray surveys his options, tries to find Oliveri, but an errant pass leads its way back to McAnanamaw, and Binghamton will set back up and a 200-foot breakout. Almost halfway through this first period, brought to you by Dragon Billiards Instruction. Jesse Anderson gets it over the wall, and Thomas Ray at the red line. Make sure it gets past the goalie. Schultz joining the rush, and now Schultz, big man, wraparound chance, and denied. Not once, but twice by Gonzalez. Ray was right on the doorstep for the rebound, and he had a golden opportunity as well. Oliveri crunches a man into the wall. And that was TJ Delaney. And Tim Delaney playing it down low for Thiernan. Schultz has his pocket pick. And McAnanamaw again playing the puck. He's done that a couple times already tonight, Alex. As Colton fires one, it was tipped on by TJ. Now Tim fires a slap shot that's blocked by Fletcher. Logar trying to stick handle in a phone booth. He is able to get the puck out. Oliveri holding his wrist shot blocked. Fletcher holds it in at the line temporarily, but Giuliano is able to clear for the Rockers onto the stick of Jake Schultz. He brushes off Conway. Size and weight advantage in that matchup to Schultz. And this is poked back out into the neutral zone. Ray's going to start his engine. Not going to outwork Thomas Ray. That's one thing's for sure. Ray, though, turns it over to Sneath, trying to find Dan Stone, the trailer. Svenstoff dropping it back for Sneath. An overload on the left wing side of the ice, top of your screen. Notice Motor City overload the same side of the ice a couple times here tonight, trying to catch Binghamton with that cross pass with that final man, Alex. I don't know if you have. Not out. Bond gets it down low, and this is Austin Thompson with Nikita Ivashkin. And Tyson Kirkby, process of a line change for the forwards. Thompson holding. Back up to the line for Bond. Michigan native. Fires a pass looking for Ivashkin. That's going to be blocked. Motor City comes back the other way. Svenstoff and Conway try a little bit of a give-and-go action, but that's nullified by the Black Bears. Up at the line, Yates holding in between the slot, and a beautiful blocker save by Gonzalez. Kirkby center up. Ivashkin looking for goal number 2. Down in the splits. Gonzalez melts it down. Binghamton with some golden opportunities here with 7:54 left to go in period number 1. We're taking timeout, catch our breath. We implore you to do the same. We're right back after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back in, everybody. You saw a couple of the Motor City Rockers on the screen right there. A couple of the Rockers have played in every game this season. This being game number 24. Josh Colton, the goal scorer that started all of this. He's one of them, along with Jamison Milam and Jonathan Giuliano as well, have appeared in all 24 games now for the Motor City Rockers this season.
And Brooks, as we see on the Heinz Energy Relay, a bit of a non sequitur. The Black Bears having some really great offensive chances here. A little bit of their own not being able to finish more than Rico's done a great job in that, but it's definitely the Black Bears haven't done a great job of finishing those tasty opportunities yet.
So Roman Gaudet gets that puck out into the neutral zone, and this is chipped around the high glass by JT Walters and exited out of the zone by Kirkby. along with Smith. Smith outside the dots. His shot's blocked, finds the stick of Yates. Over to Smith, in between the hashes. He's still holding on to the puck, denied by Gonzalez with the kick save, but not out. Smith holding, but it rolled off his stick as he picked his head up to survey his options. Now TJ Delaney. This is the older of the Delaney brothers. TJ born in 97, Tim born in 2001. Both from St. Louis, Missouri. Farrell will chip this one ahead at the blue line. Give chase after it. Binghamton getting set up. Process of a line change right now. Jesse Anderson almost created a turnover for Bryce Farrell right in front of Gonzalez's net, but cooler heads prevail for Motor City. Ross Colton spinning around Farrell. Farrell's giving him a very hard time, and Binghamton getting set up on the forecheck. This is how they've been able to take control of the Empire Division so far this year and get up to 55 points and be in first place. Conway holding. His shot blocked by Schultz, and he's given a little bit of a nudge. Farrell goes for the bigger hit as the Rochester native Schultz skates it over to Logar. Gets around Colton. Logar flying in, holding, trying to slide it through the 5-hole, but Gonzalez closed the door. Vacated blue line for the Black Bears as Ivashkin tried to get it over to Oliveri when he was covering a different location. Tiernan tries to clear. Oliveri holds it in. Self-pass off the wall. 13 against 13 right now. Oliveri trying to get back up to his feet. He's playing it with his hand legally, not passing it to anybody else, and plays it down over to the wall. And Oliveri with some words on the other side of the ice for Adam Kuhn.
Yeah, he's mad because Kuhn cross-checked him in the back of the net, which we've seen many times in the NHL. It's an incredibly dangerous play.
Looks like neither one of them want to dance with each other. And we keep the puck in play. The clock moves with 5:25 held in by Stone. He gets it deep for Ivashkin. Centering pass from Ivashkin denied. Oganezov tries to clear, held in by the Bulldog Stone. Fletcher towards the net. It's blocked by Kuhn, and Ivashkin lost his edge in the process. I think he wore that one in the chest too. Might have taken his breath away for a split second. Quick re-entry though by Fletcher. Back to Ivashkin, 3-on-2. Back across for Thompson. He's interfered with legally by Giuliano. D-to-D back up to the point. Stone shot blockered away. That was a loud one. Ivashkin's backhander denied by Gonzalez. Actually, it was Thompson instead, but doesn't really matter too much. It's a great save by Gonzalez and sends us to our final media timeout of the first period. We're right back after these messages right here on the Black Bears YouTube.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back, everybody. Military salute going on during our media timeout. And we're back to the action here, and this is what was that little kerfunkel between the 13s on each side. See it right there on your Heinz Energy replay. As we put the puck back in play, Bond fell down at the blue line. This could lead to an opportunity for Motor City. Milam on a 2-on-1, late developing. Centered up, and McAnanima post to post with a toe save. His best of the night, keeping this game tied up at 1. Thrown back out into the neutral zone. Binghamton had, I believe, 8 shots in a row on goal until that Motor City one, but it was a great one, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. It was an excellent save, too, by McNanama, doing the full split, saving the backdoor goal.
So that puck is wrapped in by the Black Bears. Gonzalez out of his net to play it. Smith giving pressure. Gaudet gets it over to the open man in Colton, and a stretch pass for Conway, trying to get past Liam Anderson. Between the legs pass to a shot from Giuliano, and that one's kicked out by McAnanama. When I saw him go between his legs, I thought he was going for the shot. I don't think I've seen a between the legs pass in a while, at least in real life.
And it's been a minute, Brooks. It seems like guys are starting to lose their skating a little bit with the ice being chewed up. Just something to watch going forward as you know, the Black Bears and Motor City have both had guys lose their footing, which led to good scoring opportunities for the opposing team.
So Yates gets a piece of that in front of the red line. Black Bears will go for a line change. Thompson, that's Motor City's Thompson, turns the puck over. This leads to an extra possession for the Black Bears. Schultz holding a wrister, top shelf, and guess who's back? With a new number, same old shot, it's Jake Schultz giving the Black Bears the lead.
And what a beautiful, beautiful job by Schultz. Walks in, as I had said previously, as the forwards for the Black Bears get that puck deep, you really see the entire defensive structure for Motor City start to collapse below the red dot circle. And if we can get this on the Heinz Energy replay, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I wish I had a telestrator up here. Everybody collapses down. Schultz is just able to walk the puck all the way to the circle before anyone gets close to him and just puts it top shelf.
Holt has a shot that's blocked on the way through here as we're back to the live action.
Man, Brooks, I wish I had a telestrator right now. That would have been perfect.
Maybe next year. Shot fired from the point from TJ Delaney. Excuse me, that was Wells, 57, not 67. Wells' shot tipped up in the air by Cade Lambden. As Logar's crunched into the wall, we have a penalty coming up against Motor City. McAnanama starts to break off to the bench. And it looks like the Black Bears could end the period on the Heinz Energy power play. Extra attacker is out on the ice in the form of Tyson Kirkby.
Yeah, and you have to think the Black Bears will be excited to go to the Henny Hart Seltzer power play here and get that man on the ice. They can hold this for a little bit. It's getting a little dangerous being in your own zone close to an empty net. However, if the Black Bears can get this, they'll basically have the rest of the period on the power play.
Oliveri over to Schultz, fires a one-timer denied by Gonzalez. There's the booming slap shot from Jake Schultz that Binghamton's been missing. Oliveri plays it over to Kirkby, 6-on-5 right now, in a beautiful diving effort by Lambden to nullify a one-timing opportunity from Logar. Referee's arms got to be getting tired, holding it up in the air, finally touched up by TJ Delaney, and the Black Bears will be going to the power play with 1:51 left to go here in the opening period.
Looks like we got two going. We got an elbow on Kuhn in behind. I'll tell you what, Brooks, just a little anecdote from today. A few of the Motor City started their journey to Binghamton a few hours earlier than they expected to get in before the storm started. The guys were wandering around the arena looking for things to do. Wells came up to our office with another player to warm up his pregame meal. We had a nice conversation. Seems like a really nice guy. Just great catching up with these guys. It's always fun learning about players from around the league.
So we saw Wells heat up a baked potato earlier today as Smith looks for a wrister. This will be cleared, but knocked down by Bond. So it's kind of neat to see players from other teams. I was in the elevator with one. I didn't catch the name, but he was just looking for something to do. And he asked if he could just walk around, kill some time. As Alex said, Motor City left Watertown about 2 hours earlier than anticipated to avoid the brunt of the snow that is currently coming down here in the Binghamton area. As Bond holds at the top of the umbrella, he will trade places with Smith. Smith through traffic, tipped by Ivashkin. Gonzalez might have got a piece of it. So Binghamton power play tries to follow suit with the Motor City man advantage. So Motor City is first in the league. Binghamton is second. There is a 5-point percentage gap between the two sides. Binghamton at 29.5%. They, however, do lead the league in the most power play goals as Yates comes flying in to the offensive zone. Under a minute left to go here in the first period. Beautiful pass over to Logar. Back to Oliveri. Motor City being aggressive and marking people. Logar holding, trying to get it over to Jesse Anderson, but this will be cleared by Motor City. Motor City now has 30 power play goals on the year as McAnanama comes out and plays that puck. Kirkby taken down on the top side of your screen. Gets his way back up to his feet. A couple bodies getting tangled up down low. Jesse Anderson and Milam, as you get a close look at that as well. 15 seconds left to go in the period. Arms staying down for the most part, one penalty aside. Logar, cross ice looking for Kirkby, instead finds Oliveri. He's denied, and Logar off the back side of the net. 5 seconds left to go. Stuff chance from Kirkby, hack and whack, and Gonzalez holds on. And now we got a little scuffle here with 9/10 of a second left to go in the period.
Yeah, that's Cade Lambden down there mixing it up with Kirkby, not a diminutively huge guy, but he's sticking up for his goaltender. It's getting feisty. 9/10 of a second left. Keeping this Kirkby line out there.
Yeah,
and it's looking like they're going to pull the goaltender to get the extra guy. A smart play, however, by Motor City, putting the knee down so you can't even get a shot on net, because they must have seen on film, which Kirkby has done a few different times this season. Kirkby is excellent at those quick chance opportunities at the end of games.
So we have reached the end of the first period. Very entertaining. Rockers got on the board first with a power play goal from Josh Colton, and then Nikita Ivashkin tied the game up about 50 seconds later with an even strength goal. And then at the 16:47 mark.
And Brooks, you know, this has been a heavyweight fight in the Empire Division. This is why these two teams are the top two teams in the Empire Division. You could not expect more. Binghamton out shooting Motor City 22-9. However, you have to think that while the opportunities have been, they've been there for the Black Bears, Motor City seems to be taking a bigger chance with those opportunities. A lot of it leads into the strategy from the Black Bears, where they will a lot of times get in front of those shots on net before they even get a chance to get to the goaltender. Coach Brant Sherwood really puts an emphasis on blocking pucks, and you see that in the shot totals. Black Bears out shooting Motor City 22-9. Take the lead on the goal of Jake Schultz, his first since returning from loan from the Worcester Railers. An excellent job by Schultz, walking it in above the circle and then getting it into the back of the net for the game lead.
That's the voice of Alex Jones providing us some analysis. We're going to go to a quick timeout, come back with the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report, where we'll have the stats, highlights, interview from Brant Sherwood, and Dakota Bond. Or maybe we save Dakota Bonds for the second intermission. I don't know. We haven't made up our minds yet. But find out more coming up right after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Looks like we have a little future Black Bear battle going on the ice right now. CTRC, proud sponsors of Youth Intermission Skates. As we get a look at some of the young guns here in the Southern Tier Hockey Association and surrounding teams as well throughout the entire season. very good to hear. We only have one night left for the regular season that we don't have a youth intermission skate during the first break, and that's something to be very excited about. But we want to welcome everybody into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. You can visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Well, we didn't get to hear from Coach Sherwood before tonight's game because of the abbreviated pregame show. So right now, thoughts are still fresh. We're only 20 minutes in. Anything can happen the rest of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to our pregame interview with Brant Sherwood and play it now for you, part of this intermission report. So sit back, everybody, and enjoy my conversation with head coach Brant Sherwood.
Inside the Tully's Coaches Corner here with head coach Brant Sherwood. Friendly reminder that the next Tully's Good Times with Coach show will be this upcoming Tuesday, January 9th at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location at 6 p.m. Coach Sherwood, a weird weekend for the Black Bears. Only one game, and it comes here tonight against the Motor City Rockers. It's a battle between the first and second place teams in the Empire Division, and now with these teams being in the Empire together, these 5 games for the second half of the season are going to be very crucial for the Black Bears. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course I agree. You're always, anyone in the division, you're trying to get that 6-point swing, but especially with 1 and 2, you kind of want to establish yourself as the top dog in the division. So that's what we plan on doing here tonight, and I expect the boys to be fully recovered from last weekend.
And do you think that only having one game this weekend really helps you guys out after playing three nights last week?
100%. I think you get that, kind of 2 days off, get that rest and recovery in. And then I was able to really push them hard in practice this week. So we had high pace, a little bit longer than normal. Usually we keep it right around an hour, where we're going hour 15, hour 20. So I expect the boys to be fully prepared for today.
Yeah, a couple of old faces returning and some new faces as well. But one thing people are going to notice tonight is a lot of people playing with some different guys, and the lines being jumbled up a little bit. What can you talk about with what went into the decision-making and the conversations you had trying to shuffle up the deck?
I just think we need a little mix-up. There's not too much thought into it. All these guys, we've had the same guys here for the past 3 months and a couple new faces coming in, but everyone's pretty familiar with each other and seems to develop chemistry very easy, especially when you get to practice with each other for 3 days leading up until the game, and not just making a switch if you're doing it after a Friday night game going into a Saturday game. So I don't think it's going to be shaky at all. This is part of hockey. Some coaches change lines every day, and we're just fortunate enough where we got to keep the same lines for a while. So I'm excited to see what everyone can do given a more evenly distributed lineup.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time tonight, and good luck against Motor City.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, that's the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood. More coming up after these messages on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show, everybody, so don't go anywhere.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back, everybody, for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. You just heard from head coach Brant Sherwood on the other side of that timeout. Friendly reminder, we'll be at Tully's this upcoming Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the Vestal Parkway to recap this weekend and also catch up. It's been a while since we've been to Tully's. We're looking forward to it on Tuesday. Let's get to the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet before the highlights roll with about 2 minutes left to go here in the period. Shots on goal, we'll start there. 22 for Binghamton, 9 for Motor City, but it feels like every time Motor City shoots the puck, there's a higher chance that it's going to go in because they're having some great opportunities. A lot of odd man rushes for the team in white and purple tonight. On the power play, Motor City is 1 for 1. They opened up the scoring with Ross Colton's 4th power play goal of the season. Excuse me, Josh Colton. Josh Colton's 4th power play goal of the season. Binghamton still has 9 seconds left to go on their first power play, but more than likely will fall to 0-1 on the night in the man advantage department. Goals from Colton, Ivashkin, and Schultz. A power play tally for Motor City, and 2 even strength goals for the Black Bears here at home. Motor City comes in tonight on a 3-game winning streak. Binghamton has lost their last 2 games in overtime, the first time this season that the Black Bears have lost consecutive games in the 23-24 season. We're taking a timeout. Come back with the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights right after this.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Enwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State career with Broome OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Apple Lincoln. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Welcome back here as we get to look at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights from the first period. That was Nikita Ivashkin off the draw and just a blown tire by Jamison Milam right there. Really the guilty party of that play. Couple opportunities for both sides in 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s. But Alex, what did you like from both teams in that first period?
Motor City really took advantage of the opportunities they were giving. Only 9 shots on goal, not a ton of time in the offensive zone. However, they capitalized on every opportunity, took advantage of a little bit of lax defense on the power play by the Black Bears, and put the first one in the back of the net. And from the Black Bears, they really played their style of game. I think they took advantage a little bit of Motor City's strategy of in the defensive zone, really compressing on the forwards, trying to start a quick breakout with overlapping forwards on the way out. And they got the pucks back to their defenders. And right here we see on the replay, Jake Schultz rips one top shelf off the water bottle. And you could see the Black Bears in that end of that first period really trying to make a more concise play to get the puck to the defenders of the blue line as the forwards compressed in the offensive zone.
See Jake Schultz going short side right there. Beautiful pass from Thomas Ray. He got the only assist. Let's run through the goals real quick. At 1:41, Josh Colton gets the goal. Assist goes to Kuhn and Svenstoff on the power play. That gave Motor City the 1-0 lead. Quickly answered by Ivashkin at 2:33. The assist going to Josh Fletcher. And then Binghamton takes a 2-1 advantage at the 16:47 mark. Jake Schultz, his first as a Black Bear. And the assist going to Thomas Ray. Ray picking up his 5th assist of the year. Now up to 12 points. on that second line tonight with Jesse Anderson and Andrew Logar. So it looks like we're ready to go for the second period. Brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. Greenlight Networks, fast, fiber, and reliable internet. If you're interested in finding out more about how you can get high-speed internet, visit them online at greenlightnetworks.com. Back to the action. Schultz dropping across ice, and Smith trying to outweight the goaltender is denied by Gonzalez. I think Schultz had already made his way back up to the blue line on the receiving end of the pass. Smith holding, and Gonzalez makes a glove save, keeping this a one-goal affair right as soon as the period starts.
Yeah, Rico did an excellent job there tracing that puck through, getting screened by his own defender. Connor Smith, Michigan native, with a deceptively quick wrist shot. He's got a powerful one, but it comes off his stick so fast as well. An excellent job by Rico there staying with that puck.
You know, funny you say Michigan native, Alex. Black Bears with 2 Michigan natives on their roster right now. Dakota Bond. As this puck is tipped on target, and it'll allow me to finish my point. Dakota Bond and Connor Smith. Brennan Stanko on loan with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs would be 3. Motor City with a lot of homegrown talent on the other side. 7 skaters and 1 goaltender, natives of Michigan. 1, Jonathan Giuliano, a native of Fraser, Michigan, where the Motor City Rockers call home. So gotta love what the Rockers are doing. A lot of homegrown talent in the area. As Arister is thrown on target by Sneath. That was just some neat little tidbit I found while I was doing my homework earlier today. But a lot of guys in the lineup tonight too. Holt, Milam, Giuliano. Wynn is a healthy extra. Gaudet, Lambden, Kuhn.
And while the Black Bears only have, I think, 3 New York natives, they have a lot of guys, including Farrell, who they just added, who played college hockey here in the Empire State. So you see that more and more with the Fed teams. They add guys who are, know the area, want to stay in the area, and continue to develop their skills.
This puck is going to be cleared out of the zone by Ray. Goes off the skate of a couple of players, and it pinballs around in the neutral zone. Ray doing a good job on Svinstov, lifting his stick from behind. Logar hits the trailer. This is Jesse Anderson over to Bond on the doorstep and thrown just wide of the target.
I think that was just a last-second breakup by Delaney, getting his stick on Dakota Bond's stick at the last second.
Bond still holding, and now makes his way back over to the blue line. Jesse Anderson was holding his spot. Stone through traffic, knocked down by Ray, wide of the target. 77, give-and-go action with number 7 on the backhand. It's pushed off of his stick, and Stone cannot corral that puck. So this comes out of the zone. Binghamton touches up, 2-on-3. They cross back over. Bond surveys over to Anderson. Anderson waiting and tipped behind the net and around the wall for Motor City, where Cade Lambden takes a heavy ride into the wall. Dakota Bond took, I believe, more of the receiving side of that hit from the glass as well. He dropped his stick in the process, and now there's just a piece of driftwood floating out at the offensive blue line for the Black Bears. Walters cross ice for Liam Anderson, 16. Back on the ice, cross corner dump in. It's its way over to Colton. And Wells picks his head up, surveys his options. Kuhn did not get a piece of that at the red line, so this is icing. As Liam Anderson first over to the dot.
Yeah, and looking back at that shot that Dakota Bond had, probably the best scoring opportunity outside of the Connor Smith scoring chance. Just a great defensive play, and this is why this is going to be such a close game. Motor City, even when they're making mistakes, are very quick to jump on the puck. And the Black Bears are very good at taking advantage of when their opponents make mistakes. It's an excellent chess match for the Black Bears and Motor City.
So, my apologies to everybody. Forgot to mention, while the puck was in play, that Binghamton did not score on their first power play. They had 9 seconds of power play time to begin the period. They did not score, as nobody has scored here in period number 2. Motor City trying to change that. A shot denied by McAnanamaw, and the rebound knocked away by Fletcher. Back out into the neutral zone. So Binghamton 0 for 1 on their man advantage try. Motor City 1 for 1 with the game's first goal from Josh Colton. Ivoshkin had the puck and was knocked away. Austin Thompson shaking his head a little bit in disgust as he had his stick knocked right on out of his hands. Giuliano bumped by Schultz, and a screen shot from Thiernan is paddled away by McAnanamaw. Over to Gavin Yates on the left wing side, now cutting through the middle. Gives and go with the former captain of the Black Bears. The big man circling around the net, but nobody home at the blue line for the Black Bears. McAnanamaw way out of the blue paint. Steer this puck on the back end over to Tyson Kirkby. McAnanamaw not afraid to handle the puck, Alex.
And that's been one of his best skills as a Black Bear. He's very good at being active in his defensive zone, almost acting like a sweeper keeper in soccer, where he's able to go out, play the puck, and keep the offensive momentum going.
So Smith knocks down a puck, and it trickles all the way into the crease. Gonzalez sensing the pressure. I don't think Gavin Yates knew that puck was coming, or else I believe he would have spun or flipped his hips to the one-timing side and been able to get a shot on goal right there, but alas, it's an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Motor City goaltender. Top line out for Coach Sherwood's club.
Looks like they're going to go retrieve the stick that was put into the penalty box by the official. I believe that was Austin Thompson's. Lost his stick there, a little disgusted with himself because he had a good opportunity if he was able to keep his body going forward. Just got a little too loose.
That's a good defensive zone draw win from Sneath, and Binghamton held the puck in temporarily. Motor City on the second attempt, able to clear, but now Kirkby coming back with Yates late, developing 2-on-1. Yates goes for the shot, shouldered away by Gonzalez. Power move from Smith, poked wide on the far side. Now back up to the blue line. Oliveri through traffic, has his wrister blocked. Working it down low for Smith. Oganezov will give pressure against him. And we have a pile up right in front of your screen in your living room. Good work from the video team zooming in right here. This is knocked down the length of the ice. They're going to say no, Oliveri took too long to play the puck. And nullify icing leads to a turnover. Kuhn now coming back the other way. Numbers for Motor City, and a diving effort from the Black Bears defense nullifies that scoring opportunity. Yates starts his engine along with Kirkby, 2-on-1 for the Black Bears. Holding, Kirkby scores! Beautiful play, end to end. Started with a defensive block, and the Black Bears go all the way down the ice and extend their lead up to 2.
And Brooks, that actually looked almost as if the Black Bears, a little dummy fake there, where they were like, you know what, we're going to get them trapped in, because so many of Motor City's forwards and defensemen jumped into zone 4 below even the halfway point between the blue line and the circles. As soon as Don Oliveri breaks up that puck, the puck gets onto Yates' stick. Yates is off to the races, and it was Kirkby and Yates versus a single defender. As you can see on the Heinz Energy replay, there's 4 players right now below the circles for Motor City, which leads to the 2-on-1. Yates gets it onto the stick of the captain. Captain puts it in the back of the net for the 3rd goal this evening.
So Tyson Kirkby maintaining pace with Nikita Ivashkin for a team lead in goals. Both of those players are tied at 15. Delayed offsides. And now Binghamton with the puck behind their own net. Tries a breakout. Anderson had his pocket picked by Giuliano, and now Giuliano playing it over for Thiernan, trying to dance around Stone, and a drop pass between the legs is read beautifully by Yates. He gets over the blue line, knocks it down, and Yates keeps on going. Check that, that was Logar, my apologies. Farrell back out on the ice for his first shift of the second period. Bond gets a stick to it, down low, Farrell surveys his option over to Logar. Little give and go exchange is denied by Motor City. And Stone does the smart thing, just playing it down low.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, Dan Stone is one of the best, is Dakota Bond with a huge shot at getting the puck into the corners, into the soft areas. He if you watch him, it's a really intangible thing, not going to show up on the stat sheet. He just does it so well.
Stretch pass over to Ivashkin is wrapped off by Colton. Anderson was able to throw a shot on goal, blocked away by Gonzalez. Bond. A snapshot is blocked by Conway. Ivashkin tries the stuff chance on the near side post. Motor City doing a good job of cleaning it up, but not out. Getting it away from the hard-to-reach places is Motor City, but Fletcher knocks that puck down right off the stick of Delaney. Thompson coming in, trying to find Ivashkin on the back end, off the side of the goal. Goalie's on his back, and he covers up.
Brooksy. Ricky with a just a near impossible save. You think with the hack and whack game that, sometimes happens there, might have snuck into the back of the net. He does a great job holding that post with his, not even his trapper, Brooks, his blocker.
Well, that'll send us to immediate timeout as you get a look at Gonzalez, who just made a great save. We are back in just a minute here on the Black Bears YouTube. So don't go anywhere, folks. More coming up right after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Constantly's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Get a look at this Heinz Energy replay from the goal. Gavin Yates over to Tyson Kirkby. All started in the defensive end with a diving effort to block a passing attempt from Motor City, and they had some numbers. Motor City has had a lot of odd man rushes here tonight as Sneath shaves the ice and throws it back up for the point. Holt with a knuckle puck. When with no net front presence, McAnanama able to track that one down and keep that glove in front of him and catch that in his mid. So off the side of the net from Thompson, and an uncomfortable position from Gonzalez as you get a look at our good friend Bill Lyons, one of the referees tonight, has a loose puck, never made it to the blue paint. Other official is Justin Crawford, wearing number 45, the linesman Isaac Kessler wearing 36, and Will Fannin wearing 66. Fletcher gets this puck in deep behind the net of Gonzalez, across corner, and Thompson gives the push to his man Wells in the corner. Tristan Wells, the rookie from Denver, Colorado. Probably a big Avalanche fan, and why wouldn't you be if you're from Colorado? Ivashkin, good stick handling, gets it over to Kirkby. Black Bears in the process of a line change right now as Thompson back up to the point. Not enough juice on it to get it to Oliveri. And 2-on-2 opportunity. Sinstoff takes a hip check from Oliveri, separating him from the puck. Kuhn, though, gets control and just glides it in on the backhand. Motor City in the process of changing their lines right now as well. Linesman and referee says that puck was tipped, so we play on. Oganezov turns it over to Kirkby. Cross-ice pass, blocked by Milam. Looking for Yates. It looked like Lambden maybe caught something up in the facial area. Referees say to play on.
I think Brooks Moore was, hey, you know what, I'm going to try this. The elbow got up there. It didn't make direct contact because I was looking right at it when it happened. Didn't make direct contact. However, when the elbow gets up in the face like that, you always have to sell it in case you can pull a cheap 2-minute penalty. Because when you have two teams that are as evenly matched as these two teams, if you can pull those power plays, especially with the best power play in the league, you got to try to lie, cheat, and steal your way to every single opportunity you can.
Face off one back. And Motor City throws it right into traffic. Milam steals on the clear attempt, though. Re-entry. Milam holding. And a changeup just wide of the post in McAnanama's net. Giuliano and Delaney playing a little bit of a two-man game. Makes its way back up temporarily to Oganezov, but Smith will end that opportunity for the Rockers as this is cleared back out into the neutral zone. Smith right at the red line. Can't connect with Yates, but no icing. Binghamton will change lines.
Yates is going to have this. He's going to get a great forecheck here.
Yeah, Motor City with a little bit of an errant pass. Bond back over to Yates in his skates and not on his stick. And instead, Sneath corrals the loose puck. And the puck will take a ride off the top of the wall. Held in beautifully by Bond. And he gets it down low for Ray. Ray holds a high rising wrister off the top of the blocker of Gonzalez. Binghamton putting on the pressure. They're now up to 34 shots on goal, and we're just about at the halfway point of the second period. Motor City up to 13, but I would have to say that their shots have been very dangerous. Ray skates in, outside the face-off dot, and flying is Ray, and Motor City, I just don't think can catch up to him. He drops the puck off for Bond. On the backhand, down low for Jesse Anderson. A stuff chance on the backhand, cleaned up by the Motor City goaltender, and knocked back out into the Black Bears end. Binghamton tries to cut through the middle of the ice. They're on sides. Anderson had to glove it down, but quickly exiting the zone is Motor City. Elias Thompson plays on sides. Sneath, though, elects to not chase after that puck and go for a line change instead. Ray through the middle, goes out wide. His wrister through the 5-hole. Gonzalez got enough of it to make sure it stayed out. Anderson over to Ivashkin. Through the middle of the ice, thrown wide by Nikita. Binghamton now changing their defenseman while the puck was deep. Motor City gets over to the loose puck, and Cade Lambden coming down the left wing side, bottom of your screen. Easy shot is absorbed by McAnanama. Sends us to our under 10 media timeout. Black Bears lead 3-1 thanks to the latest goal scorer, Tyson Kirkby, at the 5:01 mark of the period. Back with you in just a minute.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in, everybody. Second period brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. While we were away, they had a child participating in the Velocity Clinical Research Trivia. And once they zoomed out, it was revealed that that child was wearing shorts in a snowstorm. I don't know what's going on there, but it's pretty cold outside.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, Brooks, I am also a shorts in a snowstorm type of guy. Here's the thing. In upstate New York, you're going in and out of places so quickly, and I'm sure the fans of Motor City who are also watching know this as well. You're going in and out of buildings so quick. It's always wicked hot in those buildings. So you know what? I'm just going to throw some shorts on. I'll survive the quick car walk in between where I'm going and where I'm coming from.
All right. So Ivashkin now off the face-off draw, had it poked off of his stick by Colton. His backhander pass, nobody was home for the Black Bears. Liam Anderson fires a slap shot, well wide of the target. Austin Thompson trying to reverse it over for Ivashkin. Couldn't keep up with it, and Motor City just knocks it out of the zone. No icing as Walters plays the puck before the goal line. But TJ Delaney with the takeaway. Delaney doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this Motor City club. And this puck is poked back out. Ivashkin trying to win the skate race. Colton, though, some good help from his defensive partner, Tim Delaney. Nullifies that opportunity from the Black Bears. And circling back to TJ Delaney, 10 goals on the year, only one behind Declan Conway as Schultz gives a man a rough ride. Physical part of the game has picked up here in the middle period. I can tell both teams not afraid to throw around the body. Svenstoff has lost his stick, and he's trying to soccer style it over to a teammate. Instead, the Black Bears will pick it up. Austin Thompson, cross ice over for Connor Smith. Right wing side, a little toe drag in the wickets of Gonzalez, and the whistle blows. And we got a couple of players tied up with each other. And you could see the loose puck in between the legs of Gonzalez from where we are here in the broadcast booth, Alex. And Connor Smith may be taking a peek to see if it leaked through to the backside.
And you know what? There's there's no one at fault in this situation. You can't blame the Black Bears for trying to poke one in. That puck was loose. Rico did not have a hold of it. You also can't blame the Motor City Rockers for protecting their goaltender. Something about hockey that we always love to see. And it's an interesting thing right at the end there, Brooks. As we see on the Heinz Energy replay, Smith carries it through, gets the shot, and just a change-up just doesn't get all the way through. However, right at the tail end of this, you see Wells and Schultz sort of come together right here. And Wells is the only guy on the ice I've ever seen that's come pretty close, if not exactly to the same size as Jake Schultz.
So we'll see if that develops into anything further. I think that Schultz didn't like that Wells had a hold of one of his teammates. And as Yates tries to cut through the middle of the ice, nullified by George Holt. This is thrown down. And teams volleying it back and forth in their own ends right now like a tennis match. All the way down, McAnanimal makes the easy save. 15 shots now on goal.
If we're comparing it, I think it's more like rugby, Brooks, where you start kicking the ball back and forth to reset, kind of give yourself a better chance to rush, create a defensive turnover, and then get down the offensive zone like the Black Bears have.
Yates gets some separation from his man over to Dan Stone. Kirkby outside the trapezoid. He's taken down, and Motor City is headed back to the penalty box. George Holt going to be the guilty party here.
Yeah,
that's right
Holt
in
came
front.
in with a foot, just took his legs out from behind.
And that is going to be the second penalty of the night against Motor City. And Binghamton be entering their second Henny Hard Seltzer power play.
And as we see here, Brooks, Holt's skate just goes and takes the feet out of Kirkby. That's a really dangerous play. And then finishing his head through the ice. Wonder if you'll see some exception to that later on. The taking out the captain's leg and then just laying on his head afterwards is probably something you'll see some guys frown on later in the game if this score gets any further apart.
Face-off one back from Tyson Kirkby, thanks to Jesse Anderson with some good wing play. Oliveri tries to thread the needle to Logar. It was stopped the first time, but kind of worked out for the Black Bears. Oliveri fires a slap shot, denied by Gonzalez. Over to the rebound, Anderson couldn't clean it up. Held in, though, by Oliveri. Motor City could not flip it high enough to clear.
And that's what I said earlier, Brooks. Rico's given a lot of those pucks up that just land right in front of the net as we get a tip by Jesse Anderson.
Anderson doing a good job with that net front presence. He has not been on this power play unit. And now Gavin Yates outside the dots looking for the tip from Jesse Anderson. Hack and whack time for the Black Bears. Loose puck. Goaltender has lost his stick. And Oganezov picks it up. And then Milam cross-checked Anderson down into Oganezov, who dropped the goaltender's stick. Logar comes in, shoots, and scores. Goaltender had lost his stick. Andrew Logar takes advantage. Motor City could never clear, and it's a power play goal. Black Bears now up by 3.
And what a headsy veteran move for Jesse Anderson, putting his body between Oganezov and the goaltender. He is not doing anything illegal. He is just creating a more difficult situation to get the goaltender back his stick, because that's going to give you a slight advantage when the goaltender isn't able to use that twig. Anderson with a really headsy veteran play, keeping his body between Oganezov and the goaltender, which ended up with Motor City's defender shoving him into it and sending that stick careening into the corner.
So Binghamton now 1 for 2 on the power play. Special teams, big here tonight with the 2 best power plays and the second and third best penalty kills as well.
And if we can get video, guys, I'm sure you guys can find it. That play with Oganezov and Jesse Anderson down there, where Anderson gets checked into Oganezov. I'd love that on the next break.
So that's the first goal tonight for the Black Bears, that they had 2 assists. They're looking for more as Fletcher pokes that one wide. Held in by Bond. Ivashkin starting and stopping. FIFAs it up to his stick. Tries to dance through the middle of the ice, but Motor City will have none of that. It is the Burger King burger goal. So all the fans in attendance tonight in the snowstorm going home with a Burger King coupon, as a shot from Colton is lifted high into the safety netting and out of play. Exactly 5 minutes left to go here in period number 2. The Black Bears now on top by 3, thanks to Andrew Logar on the power play. Back with you in just a little bit here on YouTube.
Fans, the Black Bears are back in town on Friday, January 19th and Saturday the 20th for a weekend showdown against the Danbury Hat Trains. Don't wait. Get your tickets ahead of time by visiting BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. We're back to the beer. Good things.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back, everybody, here on YouTube. Black Bears lead 4-1 over the Motor City Rockers. Video guys heeding Alex's call, and they've got something special queued up here.
We'll get on the other side of the family Triple Cities Family Dental Kiss Cam.
So we're gonna dissect what kind of just happened with the goaltender losing their stick on the Motor City end. Looks like they might have to cut the kiss cam short. We're already back in play, so we'll get that replay queued up here. This is icing against the Black Bears, as Holt is the winner to the dot.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, though, outside, I think Yates is the guy out of anybody. If you're going to lose a foot race to somebody, as we see on the Heinz Energy replay here. So on the backside right there, you catch it right at the tail end. Anderson gets knocked into Oganezov right here, folks. Trying to get that stick back. Oganezov tries to hand it over Anderson. Anderson doing something completely legal, which is screening the goaltender and creating a bit of space between the defender and the stick and the goaltender, doing an excellent heads-up play, something that a young player might not even notice is happening, and that's why he's an assistant captain for this team.
Yep, and Milam was the one who cross-checked Anderson into Oganezov, and there's a stretch pass knocked down by Gonzalez, and we're finish this point and we'll move on with the game here. Not saying Milam did anything inherently wrong. He's doing his job of clearing the crease, making sure the goalie can see, especially on a penalty kill.
I think also, Brooks, he was trying to basically trying to move him out of the way of Oganezov so Oganezov could hand him the stick back.
Yes, and then Anderson just in the right place at the right time gets knocked into Oganezov, and Oganezov drops the stick and elects not to pick it up again. So now we're back to the action here. Score is 4-1, and I'm sure we'll see that during the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights during our second intermission. But right now we're back in play. Tyson Kirkby loses his edge in front of the Black Bears bench. Milam calmly plays it over for Oganezov, and Conway, who's had a silent night so far, ups the puck over. And now Sneath trying to dance around Jesse Anderson, and he's crunched into the wall by Walters. Back to Oganezov, where he was waiting for the puck at the red line. Stolen away by Smith, one-on-one. Smith holding a shot and rings it square off the post. And now comes all the way back into the Binghamton zone. That's a hard shot if you hit it off the post, and it comes all the way back. I think it was helped out by Motor City a little bit. Stretch pass, skate race, no icing. Farrell does a good job from his knees, a backhander, trying to center up for Yates. Couldn't get there in time. Schultz, D-to-D with Liam Anderson. Farrell, nice little pass, gets it over to Schultz, but this play is offsides at the blue line. Binghamton doesn't like it, but they'll move on. Look at this shot from Connor Smith, square off the post.
And that feels like, you hear Coach Sherwood talk so much about puck luck. It feels like the puck has just not been bouncing Connor Smith's way the past few games. Just hasn't been able to put one of those exclamation point goals in the back net, because he's a guy who will do that from time to time.
Giuliano and Anderson doing battle here, and Lambden and Farrell got their skates and their sticks tied up with each other on the wings. Looks like cooler head's going to prevail that time. Lambden bumps into Oliveri, and Oliveri tells him he should bark up a different tree. Lambden skates away, now applying pressure over to Andrew Logar. Schultz turns it over. Lambden with the takeaway. Coming back, Lambden. Stretch pass too far in front of Giuliano. Motor City trying to inch their way back into this one as the Black Bears lead by 3. One thing we have to say and worth noting, Binghamton, the last 2 games, not done the best play while up by 3 goals.
Yeah, and you know what? The Black Bears have kind of gotten into this trap a few times where they get their feet a little tired in their own zone. It's late in the period. Your legs are a little gassed out. They're just not pushing it, and it is one of those problems that the Black Bears have it's kind of been an issue. It seems almost like through the entire franchise. The second period gives them a bit of fits, especially towards the end. Let's see if Black Bears with some fresh legs on the ice can get this clear.
Svinstov lined up right behind Sneath, right off the draw, Arister, caught by McAnanama.
But an excellent job of the Black Bears there, as you saw in the defensive zone. As soon as they lose that faceoff, they create a channel for Connor McAnanama to step up and make that save. And we got a false start on Motor City.
I think on both sides here. So everybody gets to stay in the dot. Stone goes down to a knee and blocks the initial shot. Back up, Wells holding. Arister tipped just wide of the Black Bears net. Ivashkin plays it over, and this will be knocked into the Motor City bench.
Actually landed in double B, Brooks.
Oh. Nope, it did land in the bench. They did throw. And then the fan dropped it in between the glass and the protective barrier.
Really fumble in the bag there, Brooks.
Yeah.
Or the puck, as it were.
So Fletcher comes in, face-off, pushback. Svinstov kicked out by McAnanama on the set face-off play.
Looks like Fletcher's down hurt, Brooks.
Yeah, it looks like he's favoring that right arm or shoulder, and he makes his way over to the bench. Kirkby will take his place. Ivashkin holds over the head. Gonzalez, that was a heat-seeking missile. Motor City cleans up. It was a one-and-done trip for the Black Bears as they cross over the blue line. Kirkby pushes Vinstov off the puck, and now it's Motor City's turn to go for a line change as the Black Bears will complete theirs. So 1:35 left to go here, middle period. Black Bears have scored twice, looking for more. Yates dances in with Smith and Kirkby on the wings. Back up to the blue line, Liam Anderson through traffic wide, didn't get the tip that he wanted. Smith gives chase, and it ends up behind the net. Wells with some time and space, reverses it calmly, but Connor Smith gets on the forecheck against Holt, tries to take the puck away from 42 and White. Kirkby holds the puck in temporarily and get it over to Yates. He's with a little head fake over to Smith. A beautiful pass from Yates, and Connor Smith with a blast of a one-timer extends the Black Bears lead to 4-5-1 Binghamton.
And the Black Bears have just done such an excellent job, specifically Gavin Yates setting up his forward pairs for this evening. An excellent job. Yates, and that's Yates' biggest skill, right? He's an incredible goal scorer, but as we look here on the Heinz Energy replay, his ability to sidewind, create space like that, gets it onto Connor Smith's stick, and Smith just buries it in the back of the net for the goal. His first of the game.
Throws the monkey off his back. Don't really know what monkey Connor Smith was fighting.
Interesting, Brooks, here. A little meeting of the minds over by the away penalty box. I'm wondering what they're discussing here. Pretty clean goal. It was never over the line. There was no question on the goal. You know, it's not one they got to discuss. It's just interesting to see what's, you know, it's one of those times either A, we'd love to have somebody like Matty B, one of the hosts of the Unsportsmanlike Conduct podcast, the official podcast of the FPHL here, to sort of explain as a former official what's going on in these sort of meetings, or to figure out, you know, what is, there's some sort of clear explanation happening here. And let's see, we'll be able to get this answer from the off-ice officials soon.
So as it is right now, Connor Smith's 12th goal of the season. Leads the team in points with 28. Gavin Yates picks up his 13th assist. His second of the night.
A lot of signaling to the bench. Sneath is headed to the gate, Brooks.
So I'm sure Frank Perney will make an announcement here in just a little bit, but
I'm guessing probably an unsportsmanlike conduct or said something to them on ice, or, you know, it'll be interesting to see if we get anything up on the board. It looks like it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey, so it's probably just a 10-minute misconduct. Could be, rarely is a game without a secondary penalty attached to it. Probably just 10 minutes, and we'll see him 11 minutes into the third period. 11 minutes, yes.
So with Gavin Yates getting his second assist of the night, and we'll see if they give out a secondary helper on this as well. 10 different Black Bears with a point tonight.
Wait, Brooks, I think we're headed to a Henny Hard Seltzer power play. Because there's 4 on the ice for Motor City right now, 5 for the Black Bears. Explanation, a 5-minute major's headed up onto the board. Wow, Brooks, that's huge. 5-minute major with 1 minute and 2 seconds left remaining. I'm going to step off broadcast for a second, talk to our off-ice officials, see if I can get some clarification.
All right, so Alex will step away. With 1 minute remaining, the Black Bears now have a 5-minute power play. Looking to add on some more. Smith giving a rough ride into the bench by Giuliano.
All right, Brooks, hot update from the off-ice officials. Sneed was ejected for spearing.
Okay.
Spearing. 5-minute major and a game misconduct.
Bond holding over to Smith. Final minute, looking for Ivashkin on the back door. Could not find Nikita's tape. It is a match penalty. Schultz a shot, blockered away by Gonzalez and held in by Bond at the blue line. 15 seconds left to go. Bond skates in, he's got some room, fires a wrist shot, he scores! 4 goals in the period for the Black Bears. Maybe capped off by number 4, Dakota Bond. 6-1 Binghamton, power play goal.
And that's the 4th goal with the goal going to number 4, Dakota Bond, and the primary assist going to number 44, Jake Schultz. 2 points in his first game back with the Black Bears from loan from the Worcester Railers.
4 goals in the period.
Again, though, Brooks, that just goes back to what I had said earlier. Motor City plays such a collapsed style of defense. They really like to try to choke out those initial points, bring a lot of guys to that. That leaves those opportunities open for Dakota Bond just to walk in.
Horn will sound, and that is the end of the second period.
I wonder, Brooks, I wonder if we can get the guys in the video room to try to figure out where that was. It was probably right around that goal. Had to be towards the end there. I know our guys in the video room do such an excellent job. Maybe they can find us on the other side of our break, that replay.
Yeah, or maybe they put it in the highlights at the end of the period as well. That way they have a little bit of more time to look for it. But wow, what a period from the Black Bears after things started a little bit slow here in the first 5 minutes for Binghamton, even though the score was tied 1-1, a lot of turnovers and whatnot. But 4 goals in the period for Binghamton. Kirkby, Logar, Smith, and Bond. 2 on the power play, 2 at even strength, and Binghamton still has 4 minutes of power play time to begin the third period of tonight's game.
And just as a clarification for people, spearing is when you use your stick as a physical weapon into the body of an opponent. Sometimes that's going up the middle of the leg, sometimes that's a butt end, or sometimes that's just taking the blade of your stick, jamming it into the rib cage of a player. You have to think it was something probably behind the play with some talk between some players, but an absolute huge mental error by Sneath to put his team in a horrible position, already down 4, and then giving the Black Bears a 5-minute power play with 3:58 left in this, headed into the third period, that the Black Bears will continue to be on a continuous power play.
That's the voice of Alex Jones. You can tell that the Chuck-a-Puck is getting ready for tonight. We will take a short time out, come back with the second period edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Don't go anywhere, folks. A lot more coming up right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
The Excite Motorsports Chuck-a-Puck taking place right now. And it looks like we're about to find out the lucky winner from tonight's contest. We got the Columbia Mutual Insurance stat sheet coming up. Looks like lucky number 514 is the winner of the Chuck-a-Puck here tonight. They're going to be entered to win a brand new CF Moto at the end of the season, at the final regular season home game here. I'm working on getting some final timings of the goals, as puck was dropped so quickly before I could write everything down. 4 goals in the period, all by the Black Bears. And Motor City puts up the same amount of shots as they did in period number 1, 9. Binghamton now up to 47. So instead of 22 shots on goal, they put up 25.
So Brooks, I just have an update. I found when the spearing happened. It was after it was on that face-off when Fletcher got hurt. If you rewind, folks, to 2:14 on the clock, YouTube stream is 9 minutes 42 seconds back from this moment right now. On the face-off, you see Schneith wins it, and then as Fletcher goes to skate by him, he brings his stick up right down Broadway, splits the wickets, and sends Fletcher to the bench. That's why Fletcher left in such pain. Really got pitchfork in there.
All right, thank you, Alex, for that research, and we hope that Josh Fletcher is okay. What we can tell you is that Schneith has been given a spearing match penalty. So TJ Schneith's night is done, and he will not be returning. So Motor City will be playing down a forward for the rest of the night, and they'll be playing down a man on the ice for the next 3 minutes and 58 seconds as well. So they'll have to put somebody in the penalty box to start this period. So realistically, they're going to be down 2 players, as one's already in the showers and one will be serving for the next 4 minutes. Those are the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. Appreciate Alex doing some good detective work, figuring out what was rocking Josh Fletcher's world, and we found out right on cue. So 2 power play goals for the Black Bears. They're now 2 for 3 with an opportunity to improve that number a little bit more. Motor City is 1 for 1. And you have to imagine that Motor City will get another opportunity on the power play. But right now, it might be too little too late. Binghamton up by 5. They lead 6-1. We will... Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it now. We talked to Dakota Bond earlier tonight, and it's only fitting that we play the interview from pregame today with Dakota, because he's talked about a lot about what has happened tonight, and he's also the latest goal scorer as well. So let's go ahead and hear from Dakota Bond before we go to commercial, everybody. Brought to you by our friends over at Excite Motorsports.
Now time for a very special Excite Motorsports intermission interview for the second time this year. I'm joined by Black Bears defenseman Dakota Bond. And Dakota, you guys facing off with Motor City for the first time this season. It's 5 matchups in total against a team that's now in the Empire Division. First and second place going at it tonight. What are some things that you guys have been talking about this week going into the matchup?
Yeah, we got to play good defensive hockey here. We're just going to try to get out of our zone and go and play in their end for a bit and put up lots of goals. That's what we're trying to do.
For the first time this year, you guys have lost consecutive games. Granted, you've gotten points in both of those games, but 2 losses in overtime, 1 in the shootout. Has there been any rumblings around the locker room, everything like that? You guys feel like you've responded well, just trying to move on to the next one, get back in the win column?
Yeah, the 3 games in 3 days is always a tough one. We got our first win on that Friday, or Thursday.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But, the 3 games is tough, so we had some tired legs, some tired bodies, and, we're always going to stay positive about it and just keep pushing forward.
How was this week of practice? Coach Sherwood talked about how he was able to push you guys a little bit harder with only 1 game coming up. You guys were able to get a little bit of R&R with an extra off day as well, though. Well, what was the week of practice like?
Yeah, we dove deep into the systems, getting everyone acquainted and everything back together. Switched up some lines here and there, which I'm super excited for. But yeah, systems is a big going to be our big plan this weekend.
All right, Dakota, thank you for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's the voice of Dakota Bond. More coming up right after this on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Toxies out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back, everybody, here on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Brooks Hill, Alex Jones, super producer Peter, and the entire Binghamton Black Bears crew here with you tonight for a first game of 2024 for this Binghamton club. And they are looked to be starting off on the right foot. They score 4 goals in the second period. It's now 6 unanswered for the Black Bears here at home after Motor City scored first on the power play. Binghamton will have 4 minutes of power play time to start the third period of tonight's action. Shots in the period, 9 for Motor City and 25 for the Black Bears. Game totals 47 and 18, favoring the home team. Couple of Black Bears with multiple points tonight. Jake Schultz with a goal and an assist. Connor Smith also with the same stat line, a goal and an assist. And Gavin Yates has a pair of helpers right now as well. So a lot can happen in 20 minutes. We'll see if somebody pulls away as the clear first star of tonight's game, or if Motor City decides to throw a wrench in everybody's plans as well. One thing that we didn't do in the first intermission that I apologize for, and one thing that I want to do right now, is update everybody on the out-of-town scoreboard on what is going on around the FPHL tonight. In Carolina, in the tail moments of their contest tonight down in Winston-Salem, they lead the Port Huron Prowlers 7-3 in the third period. On the road, Baton Rouge leads Mississippi 4-2. That game also in the second intermission like we are as well. Columbus handling Blue Ridge 5-0 at home down in the Civic Center. River Dragons over the Bobcats 5-0. And the final game of the night that started a little bit behind us, Danbury on top of Watertown 3-1. Watertown at home back-to-back nights. They lost in overtime to Motor City last night at home. Power play goal in the final 5 minutes of the period tied the game for Motor City. And then a game-winning goal coming from Jamison Milam in overtime, the difference maker for Motor City last night, as they picked up the extra point on the road. Alex, before we get to the highlights and a final short timeout, what's the key for the third period here?
The key for the third period for the Black Bears is they have to keep their head. Don't get pulled into anything. Don't take any dumb penalties. Eat the rest of this penalty or power play. Make sure that you get pucks in the net. If you can get 1 or 2 more from a 4-minute power play, that'll be huge for the Black Bears. Motor City, you just got to get something. Get some sort of play, whether that be a goal, a fight, a good scoring opportunity. You got to get something to get your guys excited. Right now, they're looking down. It's been a long trip. Last night in Watertown was an overtime game. That's a lot of work to put on the legs and then come back here and play a team as quick as the Binghamton Black Bears. So you just need them to do something to rally the troops, whether that be a fight, a big hit. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself behind and get into a 5-on-3 situation, but if you can get a clean, legal hit that really gets the guys going, you can get that energy in and start fighting back.
That's the voice of Alex Jones. We're going to take a short time out, come back, and we'll have the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights to wrap up this intermission report. Don't go anywhere, folks. More coming up right after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back, everybody. You're getting a good look at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights here. Going to take us into the third period of tonight's action. One note, I might have written this down wrong, but the fourth Binghamton goal of the night, the second helper is Tyson Kirkby, not Jesse Anderson. So I could have misread the number or the announcement as well. So Tyson Kirkby leads all scorers with 3 points, a goal, and 2 assists. Enjoy the highlights. We're getting ready for the third period. Third period about to start here. 20 minutes up on the big board. As you get a look at our wonderful alternate logo at center ice. Binghamton rattling off 6 goals in a row dating back to the Nikita Ivashkin goal in the first.
I'm a little shocked, Brooks, that Blake Scott is not in net. Just hasn't seemed to be Ricky's night. He's definitely has gotten left out to dry quite a few times. The Black Bears really using their offense to its full capacity, what we expect from the Black Bears, out shooting the Motor City Rockers 47-18, almost a 3-1 pace for the Black Bears.
And now Frank Perney announced what I just told everybody. Tyson Kirkby credited with the secondary helper, so maybe I didn't miss it, and maybe they just corrected it themselves. So how about that? Andrew Logar centering it up for Jesse Anderson, looking to get a goal back on the board. Leads the team in assists right now. And held off the score sheet for the time being since that scoring change has occurred. He has 22 assists on the year. Yates backdoor across for Kirkby.
I think he was trying to get on the stick of Anderson for a tip-in right by that backside post.
Okay, Andrew Logar does get it down low on this power play. It is a 5-minute match penalty major to TJ Sneath, who was guilty of a spearing infraction. Down to 3 minutes now on the man advantage for Binghamton.
Just in case anybody wants to go back again, that's 2:14 left in the second period, 2:14.
Ivashkin goes out wide, throws on the brakes, and back up to the blue line for Bond. Bond with a goal and an assist tonight, has the latest Black Bears goal. Fakes the slap shot and holds on, trying to draw over some defenders. Schultz a slapper that's knocked away by Gonzalez. Takes a funny bounce off the glass, almost back in front of the net. And Binghamton getting over to the loose puck. Smith run into by Holt. They have Ivashkin down low, but they can't seem to get the puck down to him. Thompson sends a man down to the ice. We play on. Schultz over to Ivashkin. Ivashkin tries a stuff chance, but ran into his own man on the near side post. Bond starting and stopping, D-to-D passing again. 44 and 4 together on the blue line right now. Thompson shot blocked by Lambden. Back up to the blue line where Smith will retrieve it. Inside the circle, Thompson reversing over for Bond. It's a high cycle for the Black Bears going on right now. Schultz will clear through. And puts that pass in the skates of Ivashkin. Thompson on the forecheck as Motor City tries to clear.
Man, Brooks, that one almost skipped over the glass. As McNanama not able to settle it down, got to take the long skate to grab it.
So 95 seconds left to go in this major penalty for the Black Bears. They have scored on it. They are 2 for 3 on the man advantage as it stands now. Kirkby settles it in, and Oliveri fires, and that was knocked off its path by Conway as he got a stick to it. Better a stick than a body part right there from Oliveri. You don't want to wear one tomorrow on the way home with a long bus ride back to Michigan. Binghamton will be in Michigan later this season in February for 2 games. It'll be a Friday night and Saturday night showdown after Motor City comes back for a one-time appearance at the beginning of February. That'll be a Friday night contest. Only game of the weekend that time as well. Oliveri fires, and they're going to say no goal.
I thought that was in, Brooks.
A lot of people in the crowd thought that went off the back bar. Referee says off the crossbar. Low angle shot from Oliveri is denied. And they might want to take a look at that one at the next whistle.
30 seconds left in the power play.
Yates circling. Now Oliveri's hungry for more. He wants a one-timer again across for Yates. Give and go to Logar. They have Gonzalez moving all the way around. And this time goes right into the chest of Gonzalez, and Oliveri immediately pleading his case to the official for them to take a look at it.
Yeah, Oliveri even going full baseball, Brooks, and giving the double tap on the outside of the ears. Looks like they're going to take a look at this one in the penalty box to our dedicated camera in there. Got to be awkward for the guy in the penalty box, Brooks. 81 for the Rockers. I don't have my roster in front of me. Do you know who's serving penalties?
61, that's Roman Gaudet.
A little awkward for Gaudet as he has to kind of scooch his body out of the way of the officials. Let's see on the Heinz Energy replay.
Can't tell from the ice level camera. So Oliveri loads up the cannon.
I think it does. I think it goes bar down out. I don't think it goes onto the goal line. I don't think that you're going to get a better look than that. I just don't think that gets. Unfortunately, oh wait, that might be the angle right there. Nope, not there quick enough, unfortunately. And shout out to our video guys in the booth. They always do such an amazing job with all these replay angles. Comes out with such speed, you have to think that it hit the crossbar and hops down.
So right beside the ear of Gonzalez. Now I have been told that the referees do have an extra camera that we don't have on stream. So they do have one more angle that we don't have. So maybe they're taking a look at that and trying to confirm that as well. So this play under review with 16:20 left to go. And the officials come out of the penalty box, no goal.
And that looked like it hopped out. I mean, that's the correct angle. And without a high-speed camera like they have in the, not even at the AHL level, in the NHL level, where you have those super high frame of rate cameras, the 4K quality, where you can literally break it down frame by frame, where it took 90 frames a second. You're just not going to get to the point where you can see that replay. And I think it's a good call by the officials. That clearly looked like it hopped out the back and didn't, it's almost like Brooks, Oliveri shot it with too much speed.
So final opportunity for the Black Bears to score another power play goal here. 10 seconds left. This will be the final push into the zone. Fletcher with Farrell and Ray on the entry. Farrell, a one-timer, missed hit, and finds its way into the corner. And Gaudet has returned, serving the 5-minute major for TJ Sneath. So we're back to even terms on the ice, 5-on-5. Motor City does a good job of killing off the 4 minutes remaining of that match penalty in the third period to start.
It's also, though, 4 minutes, if you have to think about Brooks, 4 minutes without any sort of offensive opportunities even.
Ray over to Kirkby on the takeaway, and a beautiful glove save by Gonzalez. He's done an excellent job here tonight. He's been peppered with pucks all night long, and he has over 40 saves. Actually, over 45 saves tonight.
And that's what happens when you play these Binghamton Black Bear teams.
They're going to pepper you with shots. As Ray now comes in, he fires.
Kick save and a beaut, Brooks.
I think that actually went off Kirkby on the bottom of his hand. Ray to the loose puck, rebound, glove save. Gonzalez again. Right off the bottom of the glove. Comes back out into the neutral zone. So 5 minutes gone here, period number 3. Your score, Binghamton 6, Motor City 1 in the first of 5 matchups between these two now Empire Division rivals. The next one will be here in Binghamton, and that'll be in February, and it'll be actually a little 3-game set, because as soon as they play Friday night, the next Friday and Saturday before the Super Bowl, the Black Bears are up in Motor City. So Bond does a good job of sealing Holt against the wall. Those two tie up. And this goes off the skate of Yates back out into the neutral zone. And then a little bit later on in the season, Binghamton will make their final trip to Michigan. And on that trip, they will play Port Huron Friday night. And then they will make the hour trip to Fraser later on as Yates throws a shot off the blocker of Gonzalez. And Gonzalez almost up to 50 saves tonight.
And I mean, Rico really had to fight that one off. That was a heat-seeking missile landing in a very awkward area of the net where he had to throw his shoulder and his elbow almost to get that puck away from the net.
All right, we're taking a timeout. No score here in the third period, but the Black Bears still lead 6-1 here on YouTube.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back in, everybody, here on YouTube. Take a look at our shots on goal. 54-18. Motor City without a shot to start this period. 5 minutes gone with some change as well as we put the puck back into play. Oliveri chips it in. And another save for Gonzalez. That one a little bit weaker than some of the ones he's had to work for, And one more shot on goal for the Black Bears, and Gonzalez will have 50 saves tonight. No matter which way you look at it, 50 saves in the game is pretty impressive.
Especially with how the Black Bears have been peppering him. You know, that is the Black Bears modus operandi, where they get such a high volume of shooting and offensive opportunities that the Black Bears start the breakout.
Oliveri cross ice for Logar, holding. Oliveri tipped it. And I think that interrupted the opportunity for Logar to get it over to Jesse Anderson as Oliveri was skating on the way through. Fake shot from Giuliano, held in by Sinsoff, and he takes a rough ride, but kicked out by McAnanamaw. Ray throwing the body around. That gets the crowd going a little bit. Good to see one of the smallest players for the Black Bears not afraid to throw the body around here in the third period. Schultz's pass, a little steamy, and Anderson couldn't corral it cleanly, so he just has to pull it behind his own net and start the breakout for the Black Bears. Schultz plays it over for Walters. Don't know if this is a part. Yep, and Schultz is getting off on a line change, and there's Josh Fletcher. So good to see that Fletcher has been on the ice here in the third period. Walters over to Liam Anderson. Liam Anderson holds, looking for a tip from Thompson. Didn't get it. Another save made by Gonzalez. A wrister denied by Gonzalez. Rebound still available. Turnaround shot from Ivashkin. Thrown wide of the target. Back up to the blue line and knocked down by Ivashkin and scooped up on the short hop like a first baseman. Gonzalez melts it down now with 51 saves in tonight's game.
And I mean, shout out to him. He has been doing an excellent job. The Black Bears have had a shooting gallery in the offensive zone. I mean, in all honesty, 57 saves on, or 51 saves on 57 shots is an insane number.
Liam Anderson throws this puck into the open corner. Ivashkin tries to chase after it, but it makes its way back out into the neutral zone. Walters' clearing attempt was blocked by Delaney. That was Tim. Thrown back out into the neutral zone. Thompson one-ups the puck, trying to find Ivashkin in stride, but instead Motor City just gives it back to the Black Bears in their own end. So for Binghamton, they will take on Danbury next weekend. Both games on the road at the Danbury Ice Arena. Binghamton has managed to get a point in every game at the Danbury Ice Arena this year. They will look to do that next weekend as well, so trying to keep third place at bay for a while. Daniel Amesbury will still be out with his suspension as Ivashkin tries to fly around Giuliano. He's given a rough ride, but Yates with a load of steam gets it over to Kirkby. Backhander denied by Gonzalez, and Kirkby just looks up to the rafters, wondering what could have been.
Yeah, and that would have been for the hat trick. Brooks Yates is shaking his head like, I gave you that one on a platter, wrapped in gold with a free gift card on top of it, and Kirkby just couldn't get it in the back of the net.
Not to nitpick, but would not have been the hat trick. That would have been his second. That would have been his fourth point of the night. Declan Conway had 4 points in the New Year's Eve game against the Port Huron Prowlers. We have not heard from him too much tonight. Coming into today, I spent a lot of time on prepping him. He led the team in points with 21 for Motor City. Josh Colton now ties him with that power play goal in the first. Bon across, over for Yates, and that was a full body effort from Gonzalez to get across. He had already flopped on the deck like a fish. And Motor City just throws it into the corner. The Ric Flair noises start ringing throughout the arena. Not everybody could make it out today. A lot of people elected to stay home due to the winter weather that we had. First real snowstorm of the season, but we're very thankful for everybody who made it in to the arena and spent some time with us here at the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena tonight. Kirkby across for Bond, and Gonzalez going post to post once again in an attempt to nullify a Black Bear scoring chance. Conway one-on-one with Oliveri. His shot blocked by the Don. And now down low, Conway, nifty little pass. Finstoff tries the stuff chance against McAnanama. Loose puck still available. Centering pass makes it all the way back up to the blue line. Tipped on. Lambton couldn't get to the rebound cleanly. Holt misfires, and Gavin Yates tries to go to the races. Penalty coming up, and I think they're going to grab both of them.
Yeah, embellishment on Yates, interference on the Motor City Rocker. Yates skating the bench like, what's going on? Wait, what? Yeah, so it's going to be 2 minutes for holding on Holt, 2-minute embellishment on Yates.
So Motor City takes their takes their fourth penalty of the night. Binghamton takes their second.
And the collision of the game, Brooks, during the Pee-wee, just a solid hit. Lines up the center of the body, puts his shoulder, as you see here, folks, coming off screen, just a good solid hit, puts his shoulder right into the chest of the player, and that's how you show a good, clean hit.
That is very funny. I'm glad the video team did that as the collision of the game. We got a moment to take a break. 9:38 left to go. Looks like we might be going to 4-on-4 hockey after this. We'll tell you when we come back.
Jersey, bring us the Hitties! Yeah! All right, I got the Hitties. Out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at Excite Motorsports.
Crowd getting energized here for the final 9.5 minutes of period number 3. still scoreless in the third. So George Holt gets 2 minutes for holding. And Gavin Yates gets 2 minutes for embellishment as we go picture in picture. So we go to 4-on-4 hockey, take a player off each side and open up the ice. Milan reversing it over for Conway. His pass too far in front. And Schultz still paired up with Oliveri. Gets it over to his defensive partner, and Oliveri gets it over to Jesse Anderson. Give and go on the return feed. Oliveri trying to hold it and drag it around Wells, and a high sticking penalty coming up here against Oliveri as he touches the puck. So a 4-on-3.
And Oliveri is arguing here. He got stick lifted by Wells, which led into the face of the Motor City Rocker. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, Brooks, if we can see this on the replay. It happens so fast for us here in the booth. So there's Wells and Oliveri. Oliveri leans in the hit. No, that's going to be Oliveri leans in for the hit, and he just catches him right up in the face. Easy high sticking call.
So Oliveri sits down, 12 and 13 in the penalty box. All they need is the newcomer, Bryce Farrell, to join them, and then you'll have 3 in a row. So Tyson Kirkby.
Or Tyson Kirkby, Brooks. Or sorry, not Tyson Kirkby. I apologize. My mind's a little foggy right now. For some reason, I was thinking Kirkby was 14. I don't know why.
So Binghamton wins the draw, and they clear it. Kirkby barking out orders to his defensive partners, JT Walters and Liam Anderson. So this is a traditional power play, or not traditional, but it is a power play for Motor City that is 1-for-1. Liam Anderson steals the puck, and he just gets the puck deep behind Gonzalez. And Binghamton content to run some clock off here. A couple of seconds, about 30 of them, we'll go to additional 5-on-4. Another knockdown opportunity. Fletcher's gonna fly after it. Gonzalez gets it away from 81, dressed in black and green. Stone shoots it right back in. 3 defenders out on the ice for the Black Bears, and Bond, Stone, and Fletcher. Fletcher has the puck short-handed, and they're gonna use Fletcher's speed, one of his greatest assets, to kill off some more time. Bond faked like he was gonna dump it in. Instead now comes into the offensive side. Runs into a couple of rockers, still stick handling, but finally lost control of the puck. That would have been a highlight reel goal that you might have seen on SportsCenter, folks. That was a 1-on-3 stick handling short-handed opportunity. Now we're in a traditional 5-on-4 here as Yates and Holt have returned to their respective benches. Farrell and Ray, the forwards, killing this penalty with Walters and Stone. 20 seconds left to go in the Oliveri minor for high sticking. Lambden gets around Stone on first strike, goes behind the net. Stone tries to seal him off and instead blows a tire, and he's knocked down to the ice. Wells at the blue line. Holding, left the puck behind, and there goes Tommy Ray. And boy, can he fly. Ray in all alone, forehand, backhand, and a beautiful save made by Gonzalez. Penalty coming up against the Rockers. Conway doesn't believe it, and I don't think Wells does either.
I'll tell you what, though, Brooks, this is a bit of a rookie mistake by Thomas Ray. Yes, he's alone there, but he needs to take half a second to just look over his shoulder because it's him and Farrell alone into the zone. While Ray did an excellent job pulling the backhand, forehand, if he had slowed down just a half a second, turned into a shooting position, getting his back to the net where he had the opportunity to pass it to Farrell, because the only people right now, if you see in the zone, are Farrell and Ray. If Ray starts slowing down and forces Rico to commit in one direction or another, I think the Black Bears walk away with a goal there.
So also at the end of this play is that tripping call. Motor City wins the face-off, so here it is right there, and I don't know about that one. I think Binghamton really got the benefit of the doubt right there. Thompson back across over to Schultz, tries to saucer it over to Ivashkin. And second unit getting some power play time here to start, up by 5. So Motor City is now 1 for 2 on the power play. Binghamton trying to go 3 for 4. Schultz fires and scores right away. goes to celebrate with the hometown fans. And Jake Schultz has his second of the night, this time on the man advantage.
And that's the new deadly thing, bringing Schultz back from loan. Him having that level of slap shot, which Oliveri might be the only guy on this team with a harder slap shot. You can't give the Black Bears any space during the power play. You really have to play perfect to prevent them from scoring. And unfortunately, Motor City Rockers, tired after a long road trip, just aren't able to do that as the puck goes into the Black Bears bench from the face-off circle.
So 13-14, I believe, time of the goal. Drop that puck super quick. Jake Schultz picks up his second of the season.
And Kuhn's the one who sent that into the bench, Brooks.
So now back in play. Elias Thompson turns it over, and Yates goes back the other way for the Black Bears. Oganezov lost the handle on it. He's back checked by Yates. Yates comes flying in, trying to shelf it, and sends it right into the crowd. So Smith picks up his third point of the night, and Austin Thompson picks up a helper. So he gets on the score sheet tonight as well. So Schultz with 3 points, 2 goals and an assist. Smith with a goal and 2 assists, and Kirkby with a goal and a pair of helpers as well. Anderson shot, blocked by Kirkby, I believe. Never made it to the target. Smith trying to hold it in at the blue line. And a little surprised that they did not go to Blake Scott. Scott was the backup goaltender last year for Trevor Babin and the Rockers as Yates comes back in on the backhand, trying to wait for Connor Smith to catch up as it's loaded back out into the neutral zone. And I understand going back to Gonzalez, Scott not being up to speed, not with the Rockers like he was last season. He actually was signed in the MIHL with the Waterford Sharks. Tried to look up his stats earlier today and couldn't find any for this season. So maybe they're just in case of emergency break glass kind of situation here with Scott. Bodies flying around here, and another penalty is coming up. Walters doesn't like the hitting that's been going on, and Binghamton headed right back to the power play with 5 minutes left to go.
Everybody's going to gather up and talk for half a second. Looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4, Brooks. It looked for half a second like they were going to bring somebody else for Motor City. However, it's going to be as we head into our media timeout. The Binghamton Black Bears are headed to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play. We'll be right back after this, folks.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in, everybody. This is the Heinz Energy replay here, and there's the hook on Gavin Yates just right underneath the arms from Thiernan. He's the guilty party. And the Rockers are back on the penalty kill, meaning it is a Henny Hard Seltzer power play for the Black Bears. That is 3 for 4 on the night. Binghamton now up to 40 power play goals this season, on top of the FPHL in that category. They do not lead in percent. That still belongs to Motor City and will more than likely still belong to Motor City after this one is up tonight. So remember when everybody was freaking out about the power play 3 games in that they hadn't scored? I think they have gotten to a level tied about that. So 40 power play goals this season after not scoring one in the first 3 games. Oliveri crossing over the blue line, walking right on in, tried to go between his legs as he ran out of real estate. Milam, though, gets the puck away from him, and this will be cleared by Motor City, but no further than the red line.
And that's one of those shot attempts, Brooks, you can take when you're up by 6 goals, 3 minutes left, and you're on the power play.
So McAnanamaw out of his net to steer the puck. As Tyson Kirkby, I think, with some words for somebody on his way over to the bench. Ivashkin runs into Milam. This plays on side. Schultz holds up to Yates, tries to baseball bat it out of midair. Instead finds the stick of Svenstoff, and away goes Cade Lambden. One-on-one against Oliveri. Here, just dump it in, and McAnanamaw will get it out of his glove and keep that clock running.
A little nifty between the legs pass there for McAnanamaw.
Yeah, that one's not going to show up in the score sheet, but boy, he's going to be talking about it in the locker room after tonight. Smith throws on the brakes at the circle. Beautiful pass over to Thompson.
Oh.
And I believe Elias Thompson, no relation to Austin, got a piece of that. And that's why that puck got so high up in the air.
Also a different ET with the last name of Thompson playing for Motor City. Everett Thompson, who the Black Bears ended up trading for last season, also played for the Rockers.
So crowd getting into it here. 3 minutes left to go with a Let's Go Black Bears chant. They will not be able to see their Black Bears play at home next week as they will be on the road up in Danbury. Thiernan is out of the penalty box, so the Binghamton power play falls to 3 for 5. Colton, the trailer, loose puck. McAnanamaw makes the save on the doorstep. And 2:39 left to go. Motor City's best offensive push in the third period just came right there after killing off that penalty.
And Brooks, right now we are sitting 13 shots away from the Black Bears setting the single game shot record for a game here in Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. 75 shots is the record, folks. See if the Black Bears can get there.
I don't think they will. I think a lot of people are hoping McAnanamaw can get a couple more saves, because that way a couple of fans are going to go home happy with some free gift cards. But now Walters ties up the loose puck in the corner. McAnanamaw is currently sitting at 21 saves. He needs 4 more. So now Wells plays it up to the blue line, and Delaney will chip it in. Walters with his head up, takes a look at what he sees. Yates couldn't corral that puck.
A little too spicy for him.
It's knocked right back in, and Walters plays it off the glass. Gloved down by Ray. Giuliano pushes Ray down in front of the Motor City bench and steered into the corner. Conway down low, trying to find Svenstoff and Giuliano, but those two getting tied up with each other. Giuliano Oliveri not having any fun with each other, and then Conway and Kirkby get a hold of each other, as I think Conway wanted to go into Giuliano. And the referee pointing his finger and waving it. Looks like we're not done yet here.
Looks like we're headed 4-on-4 with Conway, and Oliveri's dropping the gloves to see if Conway reciprocates. He does not.
So it looks like the officials have had enough of Oliveri here tonight.
Looks like Conway gave him a good for what? Quoting Shorzy there. It's going to be a 5-on-5, Brooks. We're not losing anybody.
So Oliveri and Conway now head to the showers. Oliveri first man in there for the Black Bears. Conway the second, as TJ Sneath is not played in the third period. Had his match penalty in the final minute of the second. So we stay 5-on-5 with 90 seconds left to go to finish this one. Binghamton will extend their home point streak dating back to last season to 21 games in a row with at least a point. Kirkby tries to find Yates on the centering pass, and 10-minute misconduct's given to each side. And Kirkby given a rough ride down to the ice by Holt. Back over, Smith comes in, forehand, backhand, slides it underneath Gonzalez. And Connor Smith picks up his second of the night.
And it looks like Kuhn taking a little bit of an offense to Connor Smith selling after that goal. Up 8-1 now. Also looks like Schultz is going to get the gate in his first game back for the shove to Kuhn, who went after Yates and Smith. I don't really understand that one, Brooks, but you know what? Sometimes when you're just trying to set the tone as official, you're not looking for any sort of retaliation, anything like that. You're saying, you know what? You're going to do something stupid. We're just both of you gone. Almost like a parent when your kids are bickering. Doesn't matter which one's wrong, just both of you to your rooms. A little bit early for bedtime tonight.
So 8-1.
Still 5-on-5. So it's going to be another set of 10-minute misconducts, I'm guessing.
Now I wonder if that's going to affect the off-ice officials' decision on who gets a star. If Jake Schultz just took himself out of the running.
I doubt it, Brooks. That was not a soft call, but it was we kicked this guy out, so we got to kick somebody else out for the Black Bears.
So 1 minute left to go. Binghamton looking for more.
And I understand sometimes fans get mad when you're up. Players get mad when you're up 8-1. You're still going for goal. But here's the thing. Oh, and Farrell with a huge hit right into the grill of one of the Motor City Rockers players. Just a very solid hit.
So Farrell headed to the penalty box. Delaney does make his way up to a knee.
That's a solid check, Brooks. He gets him square in the chest. That it looked identical to the collision of the game.
So Kuhn and Schultz get 10 unsportsmanlike. It's knocked away, so Motor City now on a traditional power play.
But going back to what I was saying, Brooks, you know, here's the thing. People get mad when you're scoring up that late, but the thing is, all of these guys are always looking towards their next contract, their next team. Some of these guys may get cut in season. You always are looking to add statistics so you can go to another team and say, hey, this is why I'm worth signing. This is why I'm worth picking up off waivers. This is why I'm worth that contract extension. So it is always a thing of, yes, is it a little unclassy? Yes, but at the same time, it is also your livelihood. You are just trying to make yourself the best case possible to get your livelihood going forward.
So one more Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill for the Black Bears here tonight. Motor City is 1 for 2 on the power play. Svenstoff throws a puck to the net looking for a tip. He didn't get one. Logar tries to clear. It's held in by Wells.
Interesting, Brooks. The call is roughing. I would have thought maybe elbowing or boarding, but roughing is an interesting one.
Big battle going on in front of the net between Wells and Walters. Milam going over for Giuliano, looking for the easy tip-in on the near side post. It's nullified, and the Black Bears will win their 13th game of the season here at home. Home point streak dating back to March of last year. Now 21 games strong, and the Black Bears will be the ones with the encore tonight. Motor City will exit stage left. And the second of 5 matchups coming up next month in February. First and second place matchup, a little lopsided, definitely more than what I thought was going to happen tonight. Final tally, 8-1, favoring the Black Bears here at home. We will take a short time out, come back with the La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show, everybody. Black Bears win here at home, 8-1.
Fans, the Black Bears are back in town on Friday, January 19th and Saturday the 20th for a weekend showdown against the Danbury Hat Cranes. Don't wait, get your tickets ahead of time by visiting BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the La Quinta Inn and Suites post-game show. We are kicking off with the Rocco Testani 3 stars of the night. You just saw Tyson Kirkby, 3rd star with a goal and 2 assists. 2nd star of the night, Connor Smith with 2 goals and an assist. And the 1st star in his Binghamton return, Jake Schultz, new number, same mentality. 2 goals and an assist, and is also credited with the game-winning goal tonight in the contest. So from 3-1, Kirkby, Smith, and Schultz, the 3 stars brought to you by our friends over at Rocco Testani. And Schultz takes the happy walk into the locker room. And look at the fans already lined up to get autographs post-game here tonight. As the doors shut, the Black Bears pick up 3 points, now 58 on the season, top of the FPHL, and 13-0-2 here at home.
And just an excellent wall-to-wall win for the Black Bears. It looked a little dicey in the beginning when you give up that early power play goal, and then it was everything. It was just foot to the gas pedal all the way till the end of the game, out shooting the Motor City Rockers 64-22, almost again tripling up that, 2 shots away from tripling up the total of the Motor City Rockers, and just an excellent performance. And you have to think about it, Brooks, it has to feel good for Jake Schultz to come back here in his first game back as a Binghamton Black Bear, 2 goals and 1 assist with the game-winning goal. It just gotta feel good getting that 1st star again. Almost like riding a bike, you know, he just basically picked up where he left off last year.
Yeah, Bobby Gross, president of the Dan Stone fan club, mentioned.
If he's the president, I'm VP.
I think EJ's the VP. You could be the treasurer of the Dan Stone fan club.
I'll be sergeant at arms.
Bobby predicted that Schultz would score a goal in his first game back. Didn't say 2, but he got 1. So Jake Schultz, 1st star with a pair tonight. Shots on goal here, 4 in the 3rd period for Motor City, 17 for the Black Bears. So the least amount of shots on goal in the final period. Game total 64 for Binghamton, 22 for Motor City. Motor City scored the game's 1st goal, and then 8 unanswered tallies by the Black Bears as the offense was poured on in bunches here tonight. A pair in the 1st period from Ivashkin and Schultz, 4 in the middle frame from Kirkby, Logar, Smith, and Bond, and then the 3rd period ends with Schultz's 2nd of the night and Smith's 2nd as well. That's running through the entire score sheet tonight. A lot of players recorded a point for the Black Bears, including Fletcher, Ray, Oliveri, and Thompson. And everybody else with multi-point nights who showed up in the stat sheet. So pretty impressive night. Mac and Anamos stopped 21 of 22, and the only one he allowed was on the power play. You got to think that this is a step in the right direction for the Black Bears, taking care of business against the 2nd-place team in the Empire.
Yeah, and it was a big night after coming off a couple losses in a row for the Black Bears. A tough weekend leading into from the previous set of games. Having one game, getting that extra day of rest, really allowing their bodies to relax, settle, heal up. You could tell the Black Bears had gotten healthier. They looked a little shaky at the beginning, simply because I think they had shifted so many lines around. A lot of people were playing with new people. like that top line of Yates, Kirkby, and Smith. We hadn't seen them together. Ivashkin, Fletcher, and Thompson. The new pairings of Oliveri and Schultz. Just wall-to-wall guys that really, they fit. As the game went on, you could really see that chemistry build. You could see that cohesion build. And going forward, teams in the Empire Division, this has to look terrifying to you. If you're in the Empire Division, it's going to be rough seeing the Black Bears face off against the second-place team and put this sort of beating on them. Even though they were down a little bit to guys for suspension, a couple guys on injury, it's still basically the same squad that had racked up all those points leading up to this point.
Yeah, I have to assume Trevor Babin will be back for the next matchup that comes in February here inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, especially if you were planning on coming to the game, elected to stay home and stay out of the weather. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight. From everybody up in Michigan who joined in to watch the Rockers play, we want to thank you as well. We'll see you in a month. For super producer Peter, my partner Alex Jones, Josh, and his entire video team, my name is Brooks Hill, signing off into a cold and snowy night here in Binghamton. I might just stay inside the arena all night. It's warmer in here. I don't know. But we will talk to you from Danbury Friday night from the Danbury Ice Arena, part of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe and stay warm.